Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Brian at Pray Trade Repeat on TikTok and Brian Kelty, my name, on YouTube. As always, we're talking about IXHL, Inconnects Healthcare. We are looking right now on Monday morning at the 5-minute chart, and you can see it has, let me zoom in for you. We started out the day with like a pre-market high over here of about 41 cents. And then it took a dive and it went all the way down to 37.36, 0.3736. It then reversed a little bit. It traded back up into the original range-bound 15-minute candle. That's what this is. These are 26 15-minute time frame boxes, right? And it's now trading in the top half of the ORB, of the original range-bound 15-minute candle here. Okay, so this is typically a great sign. The other thing we have in our favor today is a shaking table. Is this daily time frame trend line is right above this the top half of the first 15-minute candle, which would be 0.473, right? So right now we're trading it right now at 39.86. So we're trading at just about 40 cents. And if we look here and we want to break that daily trend line on that cross right there, say we make it here or here, let's do here. Then we're looking at breaking the trend line at about 42.5 cents. Okay, so that's the daily time frame. So we're looking at an exciting chart right now. If you guys like charts, this is pretty exciting because it looks like we have an opportunity to bust through. First of all, do a complete reversal from the first 15-minute candle and flip into a bullish day. But then what we really want to do is bust through this daily time frame here. And once we do that, if you haven't purchased this stock, never financial advice, but I would start buying this stock as much as possible if we bust through this 42-cent time frame, because I'm sure it's just going to keep going. It's going to keep flying. And this is most likely the bottom. But I've been wrong before. Who isn't, right? Who's always right? If you were always right all the time, then you would not be watching this video. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. Pretty exciting stuff to talk about. Let's see. Yeah, crisscross will make you jump, jump. Mac Daddy will make you jump, jump. This is me, my post on Stock Twits, because yeah, there's like gaps that it's jumping up now. It just jumped from the bottom half of the first 15-minute candle. Just did a Michael Jordan jump. Lots of good stuff being said on Stock Twits. We're kind of just taking the board back. The bulls are taking the board back over again. A lot of stupid bot farms. You got to understand that, like, what we're dealing with. We're dealing with bot farms and these whatever they are, man. Whatever they are, they're just like, they're not even real. And keep in mind, you're talking to avatars when you're on Stock Twits. You're not even talking to real human beings most of the time. But anyway, I love what this guy said, though. He said current market cap equals 130 million, yet IXHL holds 73 million plus in cash. It's, guys, in my opinion, the $100 million at the market is well over with. We've got over 100 million in cash, most likely like 115, 120 million in cash. We'll find that out later. I haven't been wrong yet. That means that he says that means that nearly 60% of the company's value is in cash alone, leaving the market valuing its entire late stage pipeline, IHL 42X, the obstructive sleep apnea drug, IHL 675A, which is the rheumatoid arthritis drug that we are in the process of getting the FDA investigational new drug approval, which will be right. So these things, all three of them have potential catalyst announcements coming out any minute. And then PSX001, if you're not familiar with that, that's the general anxiety drug. It's combining synthetic psilocybin with therapy, and they're getting an FDA approval for that, or in the process of getting that approval. And global FDA pathway, it's basically nothing. So they're not. So right now the current market cap at $130 million is well below the value of the company. Even if you only valued cash, shares would be closer to $1. Add in positive phase 2 data and multi-billion-dollar markets. I'm thinking about 62 billion combined, all three addressable markets. That's what they have access to, right, with these drugs. And fair value easily lands in the 300 million to 500 million range, like similar small cap biotechs. Trading below cash plus catalyst pending equals opportunity, not risk. I love this post. Mr. Messiah on StockTwits, whoever that is. He's got a bear icon, which makes no sense, but you know, StockTwits doesn't make much sense. But this guy says it all right here. So here's some more of my tweets too. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm Brian Kelty. There's a lot of great stuff being said. So this is what I would like to talk about. It's like, you know, the $100 million at the market is most likely complete. The company can't touch the rest of the 800 million share shelf, not dollar, share shelf, which I'm assuming in my math, and I'm not a good mathematician, 450 million shares are at the most are available with a new filing. That means that they have to make another SEC filing, and the board has to approve that, and possibly shareholders. Joel once said he had no intention of using the full ATM, and I think we got that part wrong. I think what he meant when he was saying that was the full ATM, meaning the full 800 million shares that are on that shelf registration from April, I think it was, right? But I don't think he meant that he had no intention of using the $100 million at the market. And so now we know why why he said that. I believe the next PR is liftoff, right? And here's why I believe that. I don't think there's any dilution left. We have a clean cap table. We have zero debt. We don't owe anybody any money, right? We have 3 global disruptor drugs: rheumatoid arthritis, sleep apnea, and general anxiety. And the addressable markets for the combined 3 are 62 billion. This is a real company. If you haven't figured it out yet, right? So yeah, this is my chart, and this is a pretty simple way to look at it. Let me see if I can zoom it. There you go. This is easier to do this, right? So yeah, so this is what we're looking at today. This is much earlier today, and it was trading at 39.12. Right now we're at 39.71. So we're above this halfway mark, right? Which means that, you know, obviously we went, and now we're heading back up towards this right here, people, because I don't know, I can show you this, but it'll take a lot of time, so I'm not going to do it. But if I go back to my chart over here, let me see if I can do it. I don't really want to do it because it's going to take me forever to get back. But this daily time frame is just that. Let's do it. So we flip to, right now we're on the 55 minute. Here's your 15 minute. If you want to take a look at that, it's a lot less noisier. And then you can see what's happening here. All right, we got a little bit of selling happening. We can also look at the daily. That's what I wanted to look at. So see this, I have it marked out, daily time frame trend line, right? What does he mean by that? What does he mean by that? So right now we're at almost 40 cents. The daily trend line is at 43 or so, right? Let's call it 43 to be safe. So I'm going to flip to the daily. 1 day, days, 1 day, boom. Look at all this. You're like, what the fuck is that? I don't think I can curse on YouTube. Anyway, so here's our daily chart, daily time frame, daily chart. So this is the daily trend line. So, and it goes all the way back to Thursday, July 24th, which was the day that it went up to $1.60. It says 63 on the chart for some reason, but I was there. It was over 170. Maybe it just wicked up that way. but at 166 is what they have it, right? So that's where the top of my daily chart is. It goes all the way down. And as you can see, it's never broken the trend line all the way down this daily chart. It came close over here on Monday, September 29th. Remember we had that little spike? It went up to 65 cents. Remember that? From 40? That's happening. That's going to happen again soon, very, very soon. In fact, I can't delete these, but this is the daily time frame. So today is Monday, the 13th of October, right? That's where we're at right now. And we're just about to bust through this bad boy. And it looks like 43.37, 43 cents. Anyway, so let me get, this will never switch back. It normally doesn't. Well, it did. Let's see. It's just going to take me forever probably to switch it back. But anyway, so now we're back on the 15-minute time frame. And we can see, and now it makes sense, right? You guys can see the daily time frame trend line. And you can see that we are we're in the top half of that first 15-minute candle. We're doing a little bit of a reversal here, and we're fighting this liquidity mark right here, which is that obviously the round number of 40 cents, right? That's always the big round numbers. But look at that. See, this is a beautiful chart. Looks like this looks really good. This looks super bullish. Unfortunately, we have seen this over the past couple of weeks. And what we usually see is we get some fun. It goes up to here, and then boom, slams down. Hopefully, that's not going to happen today. Like I said, the main points I want to get across today is that there's my casting company, and then look, this is the Edgar, sec.gov//Edgar. And then you look for your company, whatever company you're looking into. It has all the filings, 8Ks, this and that. You take your 8Ks. Unless you're a genius, you put them into ChatGPT. ChatGPT will tell you exactly what's going on. Right? So the latest filing was September 29th. There hasn't been much action since then. Right now, the stock it hit a high intraday. Well, the high intraday was the first 15-minute candle, about 40.74. So what we're looking to do is obviously we've already hit our first goal. Our first goal was to get out of this area of 37 to 38, right, and start trading in the actual original range bound 15-minute candle, right, which is this blue box here. And then we made it into our third goal, which is to start trading into this top half of this original range bound candle, right? And now we need to push and push past this 40.73 out of the original range bound candle. And that's where we have confirmation that we have a bullish reversal, right? And then we need to hopefully just slam through this daily time frame here, which at that point you're looking at about here. You're looking at it's going to be about 42, 43 cents. So that's it in a nutshell for me today on the charts. And keep in mind, this is never financial advice. I'm not like some chart guru. I barely know anything about charts. Watch some YouTube's videos and learn how to chart just basic trend line, support, resistance, and time frames. And you can do that by watching these YouTube videos. I learned a lot from some 18-year-old kid that's called Zach something. He's a nice, humble kid, and he's on TikTok. And you can find his videos. You'll know he's like a baby. He's like a teenager. But the guy is so smart, and he has these great videos. And I try to repost them on my TikTok page, Pray, Trade, Repeat. Anyway, so that all said and done, again, it is Monday, October 13th. It's 9:44 a.m. We're trading just under 40 cents. We're trading in the top half of the original range-bound 15-minute candle, and we're looking to break that daily time frame. That all said, let's talk about the fundamentals of the stock and what everyone's talking about. So, first of all, you have to take into context, the global macro economic conditions. You have Trump, threatening China. I haven't even looked at the news today. Alexa, what's happening with the stock market today?
The U.S. stock market is up today. The S&P 500 is up 1.6%, NASDAQ up 2.1%, and Dow Jones up 1.4% as of 12:33 p.m. Eastern.
So Alexa just told you the markets are up a little bit. They're rebounding from this catastrophic crater that happened on Friday.
The markets are indeed rebounding.
Alexa, stop. So what I want to talk about is, our biggest fears. What are our biggest fears? Everyone's biggest fear is a reverse split. Everyone's biggest fear is the company diluting the stock right now, right? So if you do the math, which I don't have time to do in front of you right now, but if you do the math on your own, or you use ChatGPT, or you ask somebody that you respect, that understands the stock market, and can weed through SEC files, right, and help you get an approximation. If you do all that, you'll find out that, or I'm confident that you will find out that the at the market's complete. The $100 million at the market, meaning the what they have available and allowable to dilute without a new SEC filing and a vote from the board, or even possibly shareholders, right? Through most likely what happens is there's an earnings report. Okay, I've been through a bunch of these. They have an earnings report. Earnings report comes out. I'm assuming that's going to come out November 6th or better. I have if you want to know my prediction is November 6th or better, and maybe November 7th. We're going to get an earnings report. We're going to get a conference call. We're going to get shareholder approval and votes and stuff like that. But I think there's going to be some PR that comes out before then that's going to send the stock up into the $2 range. So back to our fears. Oh, what about reverse split? What about reverse split? As far as I'm concerned, while I think they can just do a reverse split at any moment if they want to, I think they would have had to have filed it already to meet the deadline of October 20th, right? I think that's the narrative going around, right? So, reverse split, oh no! So let's talk about reverse split and how scary it is. How scary is a reverse split? First of all, I don't think a reverse split's gonna happen. But let's talk about how scary a reverse split is. A reverse split is scary for companies with toxic financing, right? That are like, XYZ Therapeutics, right? That has, oh yeah, we got a cancer drug. It's in preclinical, and no science at all. And we got 43 different loans and warrants that the warrants will create 700 billion shares, and they have literally nothing. It's just a terrible, preclinical stage biotech with no drugs, no hope, nothing special. Those companies do reverse splits. A company with people say, we have formal evidence of $73 million in cash, right? Okay, fine. We have $73 million in cash. My opinion, well over $120 million in cash, and a complete $100 million at the market, right? Let's talk cash. So we have a lot of cash. We have 3 global disruptor drugs. One for rheumatoid arthritis that is, what stage is it in, Brian? Well, it's got a IND, investigational new drug, phase 2 commencement pending with the FDA. That's going to be an announcement any day. Of course, it's going to be approved, right? I think that's a $50 billion addressable market, right? Then you have a $10 billion or 9 point whatever billion dollar addressable market for obstructive sleep apnea. Nobody wants to use these masking machines. They would rather just take a pill, just like I take Advil. I dropped a weight on my toe. You know what I mean? I'm going to take Advil rather than put a boot on my toe, right? So that's another $9.2 billion. So, right? Then you have general anxiety disorder, which is on the lower end. You're looking at, 2 billion or something like that. Maybe more. Probably wrong on that. And you got to give it to them. They're going after an FDA approval for combination therapy of synthetic psilocybin to treat general anxiety disorder. What a trending market that is right now. They're finding out that microdosing and cannabinoid therapies and are basically what they've been keeping secret from us through our entire lives. If you're in my age, they marijuana is a Schedule I narcotic, and it like the reality is that CBD basically in combination with other drugs is extremely effective and extremely safe with zero suicidal effects. And not only that, it's very calming to the stomach region and everything. You're not going to get upset stomach from it. So all these other drugs that they're competing with are stimulant based. They upset your stomach. They have suicidal tendencies. So we have 3 global disrupting drugs. We have over $73 million in cash. You have a clean cap table, meaning we don't owe anybody any money, and we've got enough cash for 2 years of clinical trials, right? When you look at all of these factors, first of all, is it going to be delisted? No. A company with $73 million and $362 billion addressable market drugs, one of which is most likely FDA fast track. It is FDA fast tracked for phase 3 because it is meeting a non-compliance health concern, which is obstructive sleep apnea, where people don't even wear their masks. So their life expectancy is lower, right? Their quality of life is lower. The FDA wants to fix that. They want to fast track that drug, right? So you're looking at all that. Will it be? No, it's never going to be delisted. That's never going to happen. Will it be reverse split happen? At 40 cents a share, right? And here we are. We're right there at the midday mark. When you see this cross right here, so on the 15-minute, we're right at the middle of the day, and we're trading at the top half of the original range-bound 15-minute candle, right? And we're now trading in the lower half of the top half, right? So we're making a move right now. And let's call it 40 cents. The company has been silent. They haven't said a word, right? No BS PR, right? Why would they not update us on phase 3 commencement? That's an easy, poofy, marketable PR stunt. They've got plenty of those in their back pocket. They can throw them out there whenever they want to bump the share price, and they know it'll work. Why are they not doing that? You have to think, why would they not be doing that? And let me tell you why. This is what I think it is. Joel infamously dilutes every single PR announcement, and he has since I've been invested in the stock, right? Because that's what biotechs do. Don't take it personally. Don't be mad at Joel. That's the job of a CEO of an early stage biotech company. That's the whole reason for being in the stock market. So whether you buy at the top or buy at the bottom is on you and on me. So what was I getting at? Why are they not releasing PR? I don't understand. What is the silence? Why? Because they're not raising any money anymore. Because the at the market is complete. They've raised all the money. There's no advantage of releasing nonsense PR or fluff. So the next PR announcement, this is where we're going to end the video. The next PR announcement, today's Monday, October 13th. The next PR announcement. Oh, and then one last thing. The $20 million share repurchase, guess what? That's you all, everybody, self included, got so angry. Wow, he said he was going to do this and he never did it. Guess what? He can do it now at 40 cents a share, right? If the market makers flush this stock after hours today, 10 cents in an insta flush, he can do it then, you know? So we're going to stop here and I'm going to say this and shut up. First of all, thank you so much for following, anybody following, and thanks for excusing my appearance today. I love engaging with everyone. If you're respectful, please leave comments. And I'm very excited about the stock. As always, more convicted, more confident than ever. And the last thing I'll say is the next PR announcement is going to send the stock into the dollars range. I like this guy on IXHL. I don't know his name, but he said 260. I like 260. I like 180, $1.80 over $2. I think that's what's coming on the next PR announcement. Why? What do you mean? How can you say that? How can you say that? Well, because there's no more dilution without an SEC filing, without shareholder approval. So the next PR announcement is the rocket. So if you're not on board and you haven't purchased shares in this company yet, not financial advice, but now's the time. That's it for me. Thank you, as always, for watching, liking, subscribing. I appreciate all your support. Have a great day, and let's have a great week.